Hi everyone, it's Sandra. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube video today. We are going to have a look at my eBay sales over the past week and a half or so. We don't offer free shipping. We are starting to accept best offers here and there. We have been selling on eBay since 1998. I actually sell on 3 different eBay IDs. I own all 3 of them, but the one that we talk about here on my channel is the Funky Pickle store. I guess that's about it. Leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel if you want, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and we can get started right now on my sales. First up, I sold this 18 karat gold Italian horn pendant or charm. It was very, very small, as you can see right there, less than an inch. I mean, much less if you're not counting that bail right there. This was clearly marked 750. So if you don't know, 750 means 18 karat gold. I think I just did I did a buy it now on this one, and I think this is a very, very good price. It was lower than almost everybody else's on eBay. So I sold this one for $39.99. I don't remember where I bought it, but I didn't pay a lot of money for it. It's one of those lucky finds. I'm far from a watch expert, but if I see a watch that looks interesting to me, I pick it up if the price is right. But this watch is sort of interesting because I bought a whole lot from this guy. He was kind of young and he had a couple of small kids, and one of his sort of things in his life that he said is a priority were watches. And you knew that he really had good watches. He was really, really into it. And I got some beautiful things from him. And I forgot, I had this one. I had another one that was similar that I sold about a month ago or so. But this is a sterling watch. And it's, it's one of these ones where you don't need to wind it, it just, I don't know, as it moves, it self-winds. It's over my head, that's for sure. But I think I might have paid, let's say $15 each for all the watches that I bought from him. He was a really, really super nice guy. He had to thin out his collection. That's why he was selling some of his watches. Anyway, I sold this one for $50. Beautiful item. Of course, one thing that adds to its value is the fact that it has this original box. It had all of its original paperwork. It had the pouch, and it was kind of like new. So good profit on that one. Really pretty watch. I like selling DVDs and CDs if they look kind of interesting to me. This one was just new and sealed, that's all. I bought it at a sale. It was sort of a town sale. I was on vacation and they had a whole stack of All in the Family DVDs. They were all new and still sealed. I think I had every season but the first, maybe. And so I'm totally in the profit on this. I think I paid $5 for the entire stack of them. This is the last one now. New and sealed, All in the Family, season 5. So I sold this one for $10, pure profit. Very, very easy to photograph and ship. I get pretty lucky when it comes to video games sometimes. This is not my area of expertise at all. But what I try to do is I sort of suss out, like, do I think I'm going to lose money? I bought maybe 6 or 7 or 8 video games, and I paid $40 for all of them. So the way I thought about it was, well, if I sell them all at once, I could probably get my $40 back. I wasn't really sure. They had a lot of video games there. I tried to pick out the ones that I thought looked interesting, like a lot of the more common ones, like the baseball ones and stuff. I didn't buy those, and I don't know, maybe I left behind some really valuable ones, but I think I sold them all for $100, and I still have some more to go. So let's take a look at some of my choices. This first one is Willow, and so I remember this film. That's why I thought maybe that would be valuable. So I sold that one for $12.99. I didn't do a buy it now on these because I really wasn't sure. So I just started them all at $12.99 and let the market decide. So I sold that one. This one also looked very interesting to me, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, so I only got one bid on this one, $12.99. I knew Super Mario Brothers was going to be a good thing, that's for sure, so I just lotted these together. One of them had its booklet, one of them didn't, but it came in those sort of Nintendo sleeves too, which I think gave it some value, and I sold these 2 for $47. Here's one that seemed like an oddity to me, Paperboy. I don't know, it came with its booklet. All these games were very, very clean, and I started this one at $12.99 also, but I sold it for $16.01. I got these Nancy Drew computer games last week also at a different thrift store. So I paid $20 for a whole box of stuff. I got a lot of Sims stuff. I got this whole collection of Nancy Drew and a bunch of random video games and a lot of computer ink. It was $20 for everything. So the first thing, I thought Nancy Drew looked like maybe it was a little bit different. I've never seen these video games before. And it was missing a few of them. You can see mine goes from 1 to 17, but it is missing some in between. Oh, I guess I don't even have number 1. But these were very, very clean. The discs, a lot of the discs look like they hadn't been handled at all. Some of them are missing their inserts. So you can see I put overall in very good, gently handled condition. I think the person who gets these is going to be very, very pleased. So I put this up for bid. I think I might have started it at $39.99, and I sold a whole lot of them for $97. Here's another one from that same lot. So when I walked into the thrift store, I just see a box of the Nancy Drews, the ink, the other games, and I started trying to pick out like what I maybe thought would be the best ones. But again, I don't really know. So I figured it'd probably be better if I just picked up the whole box and went through them at home so that I wouldn't leave behind a valuable one. When I picked up the box of stuff, she said just take everything for $20. So that's why that happened. Some, when I got home, were scratched. I threw those in the garbage. Some I think might have been missing or just not worth anything. So anyhow, but this one I sold for $15.51. I think I got these 10 carat earrings as part of a lot recently. These were clearly marked. They had some nice weight on them, 1.7 grams. Very, very pretty. They were in really nice condition. I have a little scale so people can see. They're almost 1.7 grams. And then I put it here so they can see how big. And they were very textured. These are actually very, very beautiful little things. I don't know what I paid for these. I think it was in a lot that I'm already in the money on. So this is pure profit. Sold these for $68.99. This is a very interesting item. I love selling police and firefighter stuff. Those things sell really, really well for me. What people particularly like is NYPD stuff. And this is, well, I don't know what this is, actually. Let's take a look. It's obviously a gold-filled charm bracelet that's very, very nice. That looks like it may be from the 50s. And it has this lone heart charm on it. But as you can see, it has like a mini badge on it, on the heart. So I think there's probably a story here. I don't know if somebody lost a loved one in the line of duty and they put it on this thing, or if this is how somebody bought it. I really don't have any idea about it. And I think those numbers, 18598, that might be the precinct, or yeah, I don't really know. I'm just really not sure. But I put it up as a buy it now for $49.99. This one is pure profit for me because I bought it at an estate sale and I already made my money on the other jewelry pieces that I bought. So I just think this is a lovely item. I just don't exactly know what it is. I bought this item about 3 days ago. I paid $5 for it in a thrift store. I don't really like shipping these snow globes, but I figured it might have some value. It's Phantom of the Opera. See, she's like looking in the mirror. And the glitter went, and it played music beautifully. It worked great. This is by a company called San Francisco Music Box. I've sold this name brand before. And one thing I did point out is that the water is very clear. Sometimes, for some reason, the water gets a little bit cloudy. Anyhow, paid $5 for it, sold it for $37.99. I found this sweet switch plate cover at a yard sale for $1, and I just figured it might have resale value. It looks like it may be from the 30s or the 40s, maybe the 50s to me. And it's porcelain. It was hand painted. It had this kind of gold accents. And I just thought it was really, really pretty. And this is going to look great in somebody's house. So paid $1, sold it for $19.99. Here's another item I got from the Nancy Drew lot. This is some ink by HP. HP and Epson are the two name brands I always look for, and sometimes when they've expired, it doesn't even matter. This one expired in February 2016, but I guess computer people know that these things do last longer than they say, so they put them to sort of show a sooner expiration date so that you'll throw them out and buy more. I think that's the game they're playing here. I got this one in that lot for $20. I'm already in the money on, and I sold this one for $9.99. Ink is really easy to sell because you just use the barcode. It comes up on eBay exactly what it is. I took a look at some comps and I figured, yeah, I could sell it for 10. So that's what I did. Pure profit. Sold this one for $10. Here's another police item I got. I really do like selling things that are specific, but this one is so specific. It was kind of a risk as to whether or not it was going to sell. I mean, I only paid $1 for it, so, not really a big risk. But as you can see, it's the police county of Nassau, New York, so that's pretty specific. But it's the 10th anniversary of the combat pistol match from 1973. So I thought that was just kind of a cool thing. Balfour is a very common name brand to see on the bottom of these. This was in beautiful condition. Paid $1, sold it for $24.99. Some of my jewelry friends might remember this item because I didn't really know what this was. I think I have 8 or 9 of these. As you can see, this is beautiful, beautiful hand-painted porcelain, and it's clearly antique. It's a pendant, and when you turn it over, it has this interesting Chinese wax seal. Now, what this is some antique porcelain, a dish, a bowl, a vase that was broken and made into this pendant. So that's called, well, it's a shard. It's a porcelain shard. It's called exactly what it is. It wasn't on real gold or anything like that, and I sold this one for $24.99. Now, I did buy out 400, 500, 600 pieces of very, very nice jewelry from a woman who used to own a jewelry store. I am not yet in the money on that collection, so working on it, right? Pretty good price for this, really pretty item. I bought this item last week. This I paid $2 for in a local thrift store. It's very lovely. It is clearly marked sterling silver or 925. Yeah, there it is, 925. So let's take a look at Carolyn Pollock's signature here so you will recognize it if you see it. It's kind of hard to see, but it's an R with kind of a sliver moon or a crescent moon right there. You see that right before it says 925? So that stands for Relios, and that is designed by or owned by Carolyn Pollock. So anyway, this was a beautiful item. That is a lapis. It's had some nice weight. I'm surprised I didn't weigh it. Anyway, paid $2 for it, sold it for $34.99. Here's another little bit of gold. This one I got somewhere. It was just a lucky find, didn't pay much for it. I can't remember where I got it. But this is a very beautiful twisted rope chain bracelet. And you can see it's not old, right? Because it has that closure, which is called a lobster claw clasp, which was invented or patented in the mid-1990s. So I always weigh these. And there I'm showing the measurement. It's 7.5 inches long. There's the mark, 14 karat. I do test things too before I send them out. Just a nice little piece. So I'm sure I didn't pay more than $1 for this. Probably less because I may have gotten it as part of a lot. And I sold this one for $79.99. Here's a pretty pendant. I believe this is from the 1940s, and it's a very specific thing. It says Key to Happiness on it, as you can see, but the top part says Battle Monument of Bennington, Vermont. So I priced it, I think I just did a buy it now for $29.99 because I knew I would just be really super happy if I got that price, and I thought that was fair to me and to whoever wanted to buy it. I got this as part of a lot. And in that lot, there were some military medals, some little pinback things, and some items, kind of like this. I think I paid $30 for that whole lot. I think this is the first piece that I have sold out of it. So almost got my money back. Sold this one for $29.99. I love these keychains that I found, I think, over the summer. I have dozens and dozens and dozens of them. They are straight out of the 1970s, maybe 1980s, like early 80s, I would say. This is a very cool item. It can certainly be worn as a pendant. Now, somebody bought 2 of these, and interestingly, they work in Hollywood in the prop department. I guess these are going to be on a TV show or a movie. I wrote to the person and I said, if you would let me know what show I would be able to see my items on, I'd be really, really very excited about that. So please let me know, if you're so inclined. And He wasn't. So I don't know who's going to wear them on what show, but I sold two of these for $9.99 each. I'm already in the money, so this is pure profit. I love mid-century modern glasses, but I sure hate shipping them. Now, this set is awesome. Look at that. And my pictures are not doing that justice. And a lot of the kind of design on there, a lot of times you see them and they're really faded off because people put them in the dishwasher or they use them and they put their hands on them again and again. These were in really, really beautiful condition. I hate shipping stuff like this. It takes a lot of bubble wrap. It takes a lot of time. But I knew that it would be worth it because I figured I would be able to get $60, $70 or more for them. Each one is marked Culver. That's a great thing to look out for. There's a great big collector's market for Culver glasses. So sold those for $67.99. I don't remember where I bought them. I think I paid $1 each for them. So great profit. I love selling jewelry. I love selling vintage jewelry. I love selling antique jewelry. This is a very interesting necklace. Now, these are Murano beads, and the nickname for them is Wedding Cake, which I think is such a cute name for them. Really beautiful, a double strand, and I put my hand there just so, people could kind of get a feel of how big they are. The beads are like raised up. Those are sort of little flowers that somebody applied onto there. Yeah, you can see it right there. Now the catch was sterling, and I think the catch is beautiful. Look at that. It's all floral and everything. Really beautiful item. I don't think I would have paid more than $1 or $2 for it. I think I got these many, many years back. They were in excellent condition, and I sold these for $102.50. Joan Rivers is a name brand I love to sell. I just think her stuff is very cute. I think it's very, very well made. Now, she had an egg collection. They're sort of loosely based on Fabergé eggs. Now, I got these charms at a yard sale. I think I paid $5 for all of these. I was going to keep them, and then I decided to sell them just because I'm not using them or wearing them, It was kind of cool. They came in the pouch and they came in the box. And let me just see if I can get a closer view of them because they're really quite pretty. There you go. Aren't those nice? So I think there's a nice combination here. There's some enameled ones. Some have rhinestones. Some don't. My picture isn't really that great, right? But people who collect these know exactly what each of those is. Great profit on these. Sold them for $76. Here's a beautiful and very substantial sterling silver necklace. This kind of link is called a curb link, but this one really is particularly heavy. And it was really beautiful. It was in fantastic condition. Again, not old. There's our lobster claw clasp. But it was almost 33 grams of sterling silver. And I put there that it's unisex. There's no reason a woman couldn't wear this. I don't know if a woman or man will wear this, but this was a great object. I think I paid $1 or $2 for this at a yard sale, and I sold it for $41. I got this item at an estate sale over the summer, and I got a lot of really, really great stuff from them. I made my money back many, many times over. This was one of the things I grabbed. Coca-Cola stuff can be valuable, can be collectible. This item isn't. As you can see, I only got $9.99 for it. I wasn't sure what to look out for, but it wasn't a lot of money. I just sort of bundled a bunch of stuff together. I got to go into this guy's bar that he had in his basement. It was kind of a 1960s or 1970s kind of thing, and I got a lot of really valuable stuff. So this is pure profit. Another small. I love shipping and photographing small items. Very, very easy item, and I sold it for $9.99. This is such a pretty set. So there's a necklace there, and it is very statementy. It's really large. It's got that huge tassel with its matching bracelet that also has a huge tassel. Let's take a look at it here on my neck. Wow, look at that. And it was much, much longer than that. I just had to kind of put it there so that you could see the whole tassel part. There's the bracelet. So nice. Look at that. And the thing with this is, I'll show you where it says Whiting and Davis. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, there it is. Whiting Davis. So this one is not particularly old. I can tell by that font right there. But Whiting and Davis is something that's very collectible. It's a great thing to look out for when you're out in the wild. I happen to have bought a box full of Whiting and Davis items at an auction. I think I paid $70 maybe for the whole box, and I'm already in the money on them, and I still have this whole box of stuff. What was sort of interesting about the box is that it looked like nothing had ever been touched, really. So I don't know what the story is. I don't know if somebody like worked in the factory or something years ago, in the 70s or the 80s, or maybe some of the pieces were newer than that. A couple were vintage. I just don't know what the story is, but it's pretty cool when you find items that are just about mint condition. Anyway, sold this as a set for $75. Some people may remember the haul of my HSN or QVC sterling and turquoise collection that I got from an estate. This is part of that collection. I did finally recoup my money back. It was a long time before I got my money back. So this one is pure profit. This is another Carolyn Pollock. And let's see, I took it off here. Yeah, there it is on my neck. This is such a beautiful item, new in its box with its, little booklet. Don't remember what I paid for it. I know I'm completely in the money. Like at the estate sale, this might have been $8 or something like that, I would guess. But this is pure profit because I already made my money. So sold it for $49.99. Really great profit. Very happy with that. Selling CDs and DVDs is getting pretty tough because of streaming. But when I found this Steve Vai double CD set, new and sealed, I thought there might be a market for this. And I didn't pay much for it. I think I got it for 50 cents at a yard sale. So Steve Vai is a very famous guitarist. He's also a very, very well-respected guitarist. Now, I just want to show you one thing here. So there's a punch hole right through that UPC code. And the reason for that is because this CD was meant to be given to record companies, maybe music stores, DJs, possibly Grammy voters, right? The Grammy voting committee, something like that. So even though it shows very, very clearly in my picture, that is something you need to disclose. So I did put in the description, brand new, sealed, never opened, but there is a hole punch in the UPC code. So that's just something we point out. And anyway, sold it for $9.99. I got these in a Goodwill, believe it or not. And Goodwills, very few of them carry jewelry. And I was very happy to find these. I can't remember what I paid. I think it was $5.99. So these aren't real wristwatches. That's why they say novelty wristwatches. I believe these are from the 1940s. They had a lot of wear. Like they were, look at that. It's all rusty and everything. And so that's how I sold them. Poor condition, I wrote, but a crafty person could make some cool jewelry out of these, right? It's sort of like when people do that with furniture and stuff. It looks fine, but they want to make it look all shabby and all used. There is a market for that kind of thing. So these were all like kind of new on their original card, just very worn and torn. And I think I paid $5.99, like I said, and I sold them for $24.99. I paid $1 for this challenge coin at a yard sale. I love selling these. I don't see them that often, but these can be very collectible and very, very valuable. This one is not. I was hoping it would be, but no such luck. And that's okay. I paid $1 and I sold it for $9.99, and I will gladly take 10 times my money on an item like this, particularly because it's just a small item and there's just no problems listing it and shipping it and all of that. So 10 times my money, sold it for $9.99. Cool item. Here's the last item I sold this week. Maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, I was in a very, very small thrift store, and they had a lot of junk jewelry and like just terrible beaded necklaces hanging from nails, and they were kind of plastic ones. And I take the time to go through those. I mean, not slowly. I mean, I'm really trying to be quick, but I make sure that I put every single one in my hand. This one was kind of hidden behind the rest of them. I paid $2 for this. And the thing is, it also had on it an 18 karat gold religious medal that I sold for $200. So I'm in the money on this one, big time. This is a very beautiful, solid 14 karat gold twisted rope 16-inch chain. And it's 4.4 grams. Yeah, I try to take pictures of jewelry in daylight, so that's just sort of on my back porch. And yeah, there it is on the scale. Such a beautiful, beautiful item. There it is, 14K. Paid $2 for that, and I sold this portion of it for $170. Well, that's about it for today. I'd like to thank you again for coming, and I also want to mention if anybody watching this video bought any of these items, thank you so very much. I really appreciate that a lot. All right, I hope to catch you next time. Have a great day.